Okay. Uh, I noticed with this version of Revit, and I didn't notice it previously, but it may have been there, but there are window casing families, nested families, that we can load and apply into our um, into our drawings. Oh, one thing I didn't think about in the last video is checking to see if our casing is showing up in our section view. Okay, and in this case it is. All right, good deal. What about floor plan? Is it showing up in floor plan? Yes. Okay, so if it were not, okay, thank you. If it were not, you do the same thing we did in the first video to edit those settings in the family so that it does show up. Okay, now the other way um, to do some trim. Now this was it, going back to this one. If we had wanted sill nosing across there, we would have only chosen the three sides of the window to place the casing on, and then we would have loaded a sill nosing profile and extruded it across the bottom, and then put a piece of trim under it to close that off. All right. Um, mm, mm, mm. The other way. Okay, so let's go to Insert, Load Family, and we want to go to Windows. We want to go here, Nested Families, Trim, and let's go with Interior Trim Flat. Okay. All right, now we just loaded that as a family. So let's go back to Architecture, Component, and then if it doesn't pop up right there, then you look down and you find your trim window with sill. Okay, now the default is 2 foot by 3 foot. That's the default size that it comes in on. And this is a place on surface. We get it marked right here, place on the face. And so let's just kind of pop it right there. Okay, now that's got it on the wall. And we have to resize it and we have to align it. Okay. Um, and the weird thing about these things, I work in realistic. Is that better? Yeah, maybe a little better. Okay. Um, if we do alignments to two sides of it, we can lock it and align it, but we don't want the edge of it with the edge of the window. So what we're going to end up having to do is applying a dimension. I think that will work. So if we, and we may end up having to go to a section view in order to do this. Yeah, a section is going to be easier. So let me pull my section view over to this window. And it is not showing up. Okay, so I will have to edit that just like we did with our um, first video. And this one I realized when I was practicing with this thing, it's a little, it's kind of weird. Okay, so if you look at it, come on. Okay, there's actually two extrusions that we need to select. So if I can I choose both of them? You you do not want to select the box. That's the wall that it's hosted on. There, what popped up right there. Come on. It's that little interior. And then we want this one also. And we want these two pieces at the bottom. So I've selected all four of those. And I go to Visibility Graphics, and I'm going to check left and right. Okay. And so now it's showing up in our section view. Okay, so if I just use an alignment tool and I lock it, inside to inside, it comes out flush, and most windows are not done that way, like we said. So let's go with a dimension from that to there. And I want it to be 0.25 inch. Okay. Now we can go ahead and work with our height while we're here. And so I'm gonna pull a measurement from, I'm working on the actual window trim that we just loaded. And see, that measures 3 feet. Now, if I come back to my window opening, it measures 4'9" and some change, okay? Um, mm, mm, mm. So, well, let's just try this one, okay? I'm gonna go with the Align tool, top of that. I'm gonna go top of that. Okay, and I didn't lock it yet because I want to see how it looks. Okay, so let's go to my 3D view. Oh, I didn't lock that dimension up there. Okay. Dummy me. I know I always tell you, make sure things are locked. Okay, now we'll go back a line. All right, I didn't lock it on purpose because I want to see how it looks here. Mm, yeah, because this stops flush with the window, so we'll leave the bottom locked like that, okay? Oh, I don't want that. I'm gonna go align again. I'm gonna lock it this time. Okay. All right, so now we want to go with our front view, and probably the easiest way to deal with this is let's drop a an elevation view in, so we're looking straight out the window. View, elevation, right there. Whoa, what happened to my header height? What have I got on these windows? 6'9", 130. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Okay, so let's look at this and let's go find detail.